Welcome to the AggroCast. It is episode 100. That's right, triple digits, 100. I am Brian Bentley, and with me today we have the chief editor, and I'm calling him the I went and soloed E3, David Becker. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing much better now that I can get back to my normal kind of schedule.
All right.
Not having to work my ass
off. He is a writer and one of our regular podcast hosts. Matt, I can't believe you made me do this podcast. I could be playing Diablo 3 right now. Wait.
Hey,
how's it going, Matt?
It's going good.
And lastly is our I kind of getting the feeling that his ego might be getting a little huge, but he's a writer on the site and another one of my podcast hosts. He is Corey. I am the star of this show, bitches. Dockendorf. How's it going, Corey?
I wanted you to say that I was Kung Fu Superstar Dockendorf. That would have been awesome. But yeah, what's up, guys?
Well, it's glad to have everyone on for a mammoth, what I'm planning to be a mammoth episode 100.
He means bloated.
Yes, that's actually what I meant, but I didn't want to say that.
Oh.
But yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be doing this in two parts. This is the first part where we're going to be talking to David, Matt, and Corey about some of our favorite AggroCast moments, but we're also going to be touching back on last week's E3, which I know there is a few things that we definitely need to be touching on. One being Tomb Raider and the stuff that's sort of come about Tomb Raider this lately. Wow, whatever that was. So Matt, stop sniffing Coke.
Oh, sorry,
that's right. Doing the blow.
Yeah.
So how are you guys doing? What's going on?
Who's going to go first on that?
Yeah.
Matt, you start.
Okay. I'm doing good. Nothing really going on. I'm trying to figure out how to go to college, but money's an issue. So I've been working on that and stuff. So
do a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking that.
Behind the scenes looks at college life.
Hey, it could totally work. There was
Yeah.
a girl like a few years ago that asked a bunch of people to donate $1, and she ended up making like $50,000 for college.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
which nowadays only lasts 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It covers your book and half a year of tuition and dorm stay if need be.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, Matt, have you thought about what you would want to study?
Yeah, there's actually a degree at Full Sail University, and it's creative writing for entertainment.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it'd be pretty awesome to write the next big, huge blockbuster game story.
Nice. I like it.
Definitely.
All right. So, as a person with a degree in the gaming industry, David, I was sorry. I didn't mean to poke an open wound. But how are you doing this time now, David?
I'm doing better now. Like you said, there's a whole bunch of hustle and bustle with the E3. Now that's kind of died out, I mainly get to focus back on doing what I'm doing on the site and just trying to, deal with all of that. But no more sitting and making meetings and talking to PR people and planning everything.
Yeah, I mean the E3 impressions are dropping on the site pretty quick and pretty nice clips. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading the Tomb Raider one, which just dropped. So
yeah,
pretty excited about that. Corey, how about you? How have you been?
Not bad. Not busy. I watched Star Wars. I really have nothing. I mean, I really got nothing. I haven't really been doing anything. I mean, it's been like a week since we talked. I got nothing. I went to work. I had some breakfast, some Cheerios, had a beer. Yeah, it was good. I got nothing.
I actually turned on my Wii.
Nice. It still works after all this time of non-use?
Yeah, pretty much. It gave a couple of went too much dust. And then once I wiped that off, then it was fine and started going. And surprisingly, I didn't need a system update. So that really tells you that Nintendo doesn't even give a shit.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, they want to make sure that you have the latest and greatest software that is not released at all, ever.
Yeah. So yeah, that was something.
Epic.
Something. I was playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It was okay. I finally did die today, though. It only took me like the first 3 hours of the game,
Wow.
and I finally did end up dying because I was dumb and jumped into the bad guy.
You fail.
Nice.
Yeah, but otherwise I was never close to ever dying in that game.
You were never really in any danger. It's a very casual game.
It kind of is. Like, I was able to play even though. You okay, Matt?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
He's
No, it's
wiping
just-
off his Wii. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Wait, that was
All right.
me? No way, that was me.
That's why I thought your little square lit up.
Somebody on this podcast is wiping off their Wii. I'm just letting you all know. That's happening right now.
Yeah. Ew.
Not it.
But I'm not. That's really all. I really haven't been playing a whole lot, so that's it for me. Matt, have you been playing anything other than Diablo 3?
Yeah. I dusted off Left 4 Dead 2.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you playing on 360 or on the PC?
I'm playing on the 360. I usually just pop single player and just fuck the rest of you guys and just solo man that shit.
Does that even work?
Yeah, I mean I've done it on expert on a couple campaigns. It's a pain in the ass, but it's pretty cool.
Every time.
Corey, what about you? Anything other than Diablo 3?
I haven't even really been playing Diablo 3 lately.
No
Oh!
way. I don't believe.
What
The
have-
Blizzard
have
fanboy.
have I been
I think
playing?
the Blizzard police is going to show up at the house and just be like,
I think they're
"Mr.
gonna take your card.
No, there's
Yeah.
there's nothing to play right now, so nothing. No, I really haven't been playing anything.
Sad."
There's nothing to play. What do you want me to do? If there was something to play, I'd play it. There's
There's
just
a lot to play, actually.
no.
Actually, if you had a PlayStation Plus membership,
Sure.
Yeah, I would if they would have given me one for free, maybe. And even then, I'm not even sure. But
actually, they do have a shit ton of games. I was like looking, I'm like, this game is free, this game is free, this game is free. I'm like, damn, I don't have room on my hard drive for these games, but I kind of want to play it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I actually, after they bribed me at E3 with the free years of membership, I actually went through and downloaded a bunch of free games on there, and I have like a bunch that I purchased but can't download because I ran out of space.
Oh,
Yeah. I have the 60 gig, and I ran out of space real fast.
I have a 320, and
Oh, shit.
that thing's it's full.
Shit. Ow. Damn, David, that's damn. Anyway, David, so what have you been playing?
Well, outside of the whole list of games from E3 that I
yeah.
got my hands on, pretty much I've been playing Sorcery and Inversion.
All right, nice. And so you're playing both those for review then?
Actually beat Sorcery the other night, and yeah, I'm playing them both for a review, and then just started Inversion yesterday night.
Cool. Excellent. And those are going to be dropping on those reviews will be dropping on the site sometime this week?
Hopefully by the end of this
Oh.
week or beginning of next week. I've still got a lot of E3 coverage to put up there.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned to AggroGamer.com for that. So E3, David. I mean, like, was it as a lot of people were talking about? Oh, not lots coming out and blah blah blah. Was it smaller than last year or?
Physically, it was about the same size, but in all honesty, there wasn't all that much like either new announced or any shockers or any like, oh my god, this is the best E3 ever. Actually, I found it to be kind of the she-wolf of E3s. It's okay.
It was the Prometheus of E3s.
Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah. So did everyone see Prometheus?
No.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. So we end up just being there, and because we wanted, like, my phone told me that they were still showing Battleship, and Vanessa wanted to go see it, so I was like, all right, let's go see it. So we went, and they're like, yeah, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, but the phone,
Oh,
the phone said.
damn it!
Still, he's like,
How dare
this
your
guy's just looking. He's like,
technology.
he literally shook his head. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, all right. So we end up seeing Prometheus,
Mhm.
and after it was over, and first of all, we saw it in IMAX 3D, which I don't really know what I don't know what I paid $16 for. I didn't see any 3D that much. I don't whatever. That's not important. What's important is like from that a moment on till we got home, I basically was like trying to answer Vanessa's questions about like the lore and like the backstory, and she's like, "Do you realize that you've been talking for like 30 minutes and I made this movie like 20 times better than it actually is?" I'm like, oh,
Oops.
yeah, sorry, but it did make me want to watch Aliens again because it was very similar to Aliens. At least a lot of the characters were the same archetypes from Aliens. They just put them in this. They just put them in this movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the captain of the ship was Sergeant Apone. It was like, I mean, it wasn't the same character. It wasn't the same actor, but it was like they took that guy, that character, and then made him a ship captain and put him on the Prometheus ship. I was like, that's Sergeant Apone. Oh, no, 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 it's a different actor.
Oops.
Same character, different actor. Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off track on the E3 kick. But so, David, out of all the things you saw, what was like your number one thing where you're like, oh shit, I need this now?
Phew.
I know whatever Sony showed because they bribed you, money hat.
Shut
Actually, Last of Us. I would say that
Yeah,
one. Even
that
though
looked
I
awesome.
didn't get, they weren't showing anything more than what they did at their press conference.
Oh,
But the what they set up for the press conference was actually really kind of cool. Because at the very beginning, even I'm sure you probably didn't see it all, but the entire room went completely pitch black.
nice.
And there was kind of that build up, and the way they had the sound system set up, it kind of made you feel like you were literally in the middle of the shit before the screen came on and started showing you the demo. So I mean that experience mixed with the actual gameplay, and I mean I'm sure everybody's seen the trailer. If not, go check that out, or the gameplay demo. It's that one right there definitely made me say I really need that right now because it was just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting there, and then when that little girl threw the brick and hit the guy in the head, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, damn.
You have an escort mission where the escort person actually does shit for you, not just like help me, help me.
What?
There you go. That's exactly what Corey said in last episode. He's just like,
Yes.
it's just amazing to have somebody that actually helps you.
Intuitive AI. That's
Exactly.
just wonderful.
That shit just blows your mind. So you got to see Tomb Raider. The
Yes.
impressions just dropped on the site. Now there's been a lot of craziness and whatever about the whole attempted rape scene. So kind of give your thoughts on it, and then we'll start a little discussion on that.
To be completely honest, I think the whole suggested rape scene is coming from a lot of people who haven't actually seen that bit of the game, or just kind of grabbing something from the trailer and grasping it. Because I mean, if you stretch it, I can understand how you could see it being a rape scene because it's a dude holding a hot chick down, gun to her head and shit, and kind of like he's stalking her this entire time. But all of the events leading up to that, which I got to see in the closed doors gameplay they showed, he's not really stalking her for that reason. She's kind of a witness to the horrible shit they're doing, and he's trying to hunt down all of these people that could fuck them over. So while yes, it's really intense, and that's just how the whole scene kind of looks when you do the short 10-second clip in the trailer, everything building up to it completely says the exact opposite. Because if I was in that situation, I'm hunting some chick down that my whole goal is to put a bullet in her head. It could look creepy if all you saw was the last 10 seconds of that whole scene.
Nice.
So, I mean, I honestly think it's just people grasping for something to get headlines on their articles and blogs and all that stuff.
So you're
And
saying that it's not. So you're saying that it's not suggestive at all.
the way they cut the trailer, it can be, but the actual scene in the game is not. If that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fair enough.
I guess if you want to chalk it up to poor editing for people to grasp onto, that's what's going on.
So I guess what bothers me more than the actual like scene itself, it was like when there was this interview with Ron Rosenberg, executive producer on the game, to Kotaku, and he says when people play Lara, they don't really project themselves into the character. They're more like, I want to protect her. There's this sort of dynamic of I'm going to this adventure with her and trying to protect her. No, does anyone actually think that? Because I can tell you, anytime I've ever played, Lara Croft, I've never thought about, I need to protect her. I'm like, I'm going to take this woman and go kick some ass.
See, yeah, if that's their goal for the game, then they completely missed the mark. Because even when I was watching somebody else, playing her, it wasn't. I didn't see that sense of trying to protect her. It was making sure she survived, or making sure you survived, all that stuff, which I mentioned in my impressions I did there. Because it definitely seems more like they're trying to do the survivor aspect, not the damsel in distress type thing. It's a coming of age story. It's supposed to be all before she became what Angelina Jolie turned into an abomination in the films.
Right. Well, and I think that's something we talked about on this show, and I don't know if they clarified this at all for when you were actually, back when you were behind closed doors for the, the showing. But what we wanted was you kind of start out and you don't really know what's going on, and by the end you are, the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. You are the Tomb Raider.
And that is exactly how the game plays out. Because at first when they started showing it, every time she did something, she gained XP. Like it was just a little XP thing, and then finally somebody asked the question, like, "What's up with that?" And what it is it's not. They name it as XP, but what it is she's learning things to where like she realizes she can eat these certain things over here and not die. So she's gaining that survival, knowledge, on top of that. And then as you level up in the game, you can purchase special abilities. Like the one they did there was when she first gets the bow, she's shooting animals left and right and doesn't know how to pull the arrows back out without breaking them. So the first skill he bought was, I'm going to be able to pull these arrows back out without damaging the meat and not damaging the arrows, so I keep my ammo. So in the end, when you purchase all of the upgrades and everything, you should be that badass Laura that was pretty much the first Tomb Raider game.
Yeah. See, to me, that's exactly how it should get. Like, that should be the progression of the entire game.
And from what they showed, that is exactly how the progression is.
So it's like, what do you call that back in the day? What did they? Oh yeah, a prequel. Seriously.
But that's the thing though, is they haven't hidden the fact that they're trying to do a prequel here. Even from the beginning, they said this is Laura before she became the Tomb Raider.
Right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, she should be a badass at the end. That's my thing. Or even you see that she's going to progress there. That you just know it's going to happen.
Yeah. And from what I've seen, that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing exactly what they've promised, at least in that aspect, not we're trying to protect Laura through her entire quest.
We want to see what made Laura hard, what made her this amazing, quote-unquote, Tomb Raider, that has no fear and jumps off cliffs and does amazing things, rather than, so we see her going from a girl to a woman in a progression. And things are hard. Done.
And even outside of the actual game mechanics, you actually see that in their storytelling as well. Because at the very beginning, she is even nervous to fire an arrow at a deer that's running by just to save her life.
Right, where she has to go eat the deer and whatever.
Yeah, she's scared to do that kind of at the beginning because it's her first time actually hunting down an animal to kill it, type thing. And then as they progress further, you can see that she's gonna become I have to do this to live, type thing, and become that hardcore hero that she becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand why, just because it's a woman, that all of a sudden we would treat the main character really any differently than you would a male main character. Like that doesn't
Well,
click for me.
in this, they're also trying to make her seem very, more like girly girl instead of she had like the storyline that they had in the current games where she's had all this training from her family and all that stuff. They're kind of just doing. She was like just average, kind of like not an average rich girl, but like kind of like one of those rich girls who's had everything her life and hasn't actually had the hard struggle.
Right.
So I mean, I can understand where you're trying to you would want to protect her that way because she isn't strong yet. She hasn't become that strong woman. She's still kind of naive. She's still kind of like overly trusting at the beginning. I mean, in the demo I saw, she was so trusting that she pretty much offered up half of the survivor team to these people who just execute them right in front of her.
Oh, geez.
So I mean, you could see how like young and naive she is at the very beginning.
Yeah, but to me at that point, what you'd want to be doing then is improving her so that she can be, strong and be a badass. Not where I feel like I would be trying to protect her.
Yeah. Well,
necessarily.
See, at the beginning, I could see protection, but very quickly afterwards,
Okay. Interesting.
I'm just blown away that there's so much cool shit happening in that video. That's really what we're all focused on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, really?
Exactly.
That's what you all caught out of that? Okay.
No, see, here's the funny thing: is out of the entire demo that I saw, everybody was like, "Ooh and ah," over all these really cool things, including like the upgrade system, which I'm kind of iffy on. You could read about that in the impressions, just because you're required to go to a campfire to upgrade a weapon.
And
like in the
rest.
demo, there was a scene where she's got like this weird like climbing hatchet thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very rusty, very old. She gets to a part where she needs to use it to like crank up one of the like tomb walls or whatever, but she knows it's too flimsy, it's going to break. So she goes out, like you have a little side mission to go out and find like harder steel and scrap metal to reinforce it.
Sure.
But then you have to run all the way back to your camp to put everything together and then run all the way back to the thing instead of doing it right there in front of the temple door.
Well, maybe she got something at the fire.
Well, it's just, I mean, I don't know, that just doesn't make sense. But the thing that bothered me the most out of the entire demo was right after you get the bow, there are satchels of arrows laying everywhere for no goddamn reason.
I saw that. There's like a rock, and there's like a quiver of arrows just like sitting next to it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know, and like it happens later on too, where you're like just walking around, and there's a bush, and there's like no, houses or anything or little huts anywhere where there'd be no civilization. But oh look, there's 18 arrows sitting there for you.
Duh.
Spearheads fell on a bunch of sticks. They just kind of erosion kind of put them together. They just happen to become arrows. It's just it's the natural order of things in the video game world. That's all.
That's awesome. that is definitely one of those times where you're like, all right, yeah. I guess it's just a game.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a game.
I get that it's just a game, but it's like out of everything, they're trying to make everything seem so real, including where she falls down like 30 feet and doesn't just jump back up like everything's fine. She falls and like gets a rib shoved through her side and is all fucking gnashed up from rolling down a hill, But no, we'll just let arrows be everywhere.
Yes, arrows
because Laura needs them.
I guess it could be worse.
Yeah.
It could.
So, oh fuck. Well, whatever I was gonna ask just went out the window.
Yeah.
Did you get to see Dishonored? Because I know we talked about that over the last couple episodes.
I did get to see Dishonored, and I also got to play Dishonored.
Oh shit!
And I will admit, going into it, I was very, very iffy, especially with the trailer that they put out there. Because every scene I saw in it, I was like, well, look, it's BioShock. Or it's, oh, look, that's BioShock 2. Including, like, the little girl reaching up to the guy. I'm like, they just stole all that. But then sitting through the demo, I'm actually playing the game. I actually learned that half of the development team worked on BioShock.
I was going to say,
They
did
went
they
in
all
there.
from Bioshock?
The other half of the team worked on Deus Ex.
Oh,
And this was the game,
that?
like those two, like the sub teams. This is like the game they both really wanted to do, so they just kind of took everything together. Where the visuals were kind of done by the Bioshock people, and the actual gameplay and stuff like that was more done by the Deus Ex people.
Oh.
So, which is why it looks so close. And after playing through it, it actually offers up like in Deus Ex, you had like 3 or 4 different ways to do certain missions. In the demo I saw, they had I think it was like 9 different ways to do this one mission.
Wow.
And one of it, like he showed us, just running in, guns blazing, murdering everybody. Then there was one where, he teleports behind the building, possesses a fish, swims up the pipe into the steam room, and it was like this crazy thing where he used the entire environment to do all the kills he had to do, and didn't fire a single shot at all.
Wow, that's epic.
See, that's
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
And it's all very steampunky. It's I know you guys have seen the trailer on there. The whole whaling song and all that stuff is due to like it's kind of in that London like British era where whale oil was the biggest commodity. And this is a huge whaling village that they've been showing off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw a few of those things.
Yeah.
Where he was like trying to sneak in and kill a couple of guys.
Oh yeah, like what was it when I actually played it, because they were giving you the ability to play the actual demo that they showed you. Yeah. I tried to follow the stealth path, but still ended up doing like where I was stealth at the very beginning, had to murder like 10 people, and then was able to go back to stealth again. And then because of certain things I did, I couldn't kill the first guy with the environment, but could kill the second guy with the environment. So it was just because of how the AI was working in comparison to how I actually went in.
Interesting.
Huh.
So
I know Corey is huge on this game.
Yeah, well, I've been a fan of Dishonored since they announced it last year, so I'm like, woohoo! With the trailer was very bleh for me because there wasn't enough gameplay. It was more of like trying to get you involved in the environment. In the setting, which is cool. I get that. But there wasn't enough gameplay for me. So what you just told me almost had me transfixed until you said Deus Ex, and I was like, nah, okay. So
I will tell you, playing through it, they definitely got the better side of Deus Ex than the negative. Because I know there was a lot of stuff I didn't like about Deus Ex, but it was like all of that shit was scrapped, and they kept the things that worked.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting some hands-on when QuakeCon comes. I'm hoping to be able to get some hands-on.
You should definitely be able to do that. Yeah, they had like 2 different demos here at E3. Yeah. So
I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm hoping to get some hands-on and get a better, fresh taste. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. It's definitely changed how I looked at it because I was kind of about it, and it's slowly been growing on me. The more I see, the more I like what I've seen.
I will tell you, if it wasn't for getting in to see the demo there, I'd probably still be on it, just because of all the comparison, all the similarities I've seen between it and other games.
Wow.
It didn't catch my interest until actually getting it and seeing it hands-on and all that stuff.
Wow. Is there anything else that kind of jumps out at you? Resident Evil 6?
Oh, yes. Resident Evil 6. Not only like the visuals in the game probably are leaps and bounds over 5, but you put that aside, and the two big there was like the big thing they were showing off was the cross story play. Whereas, like, say for instance, I'm playing the game and I'm doing Leon and Helena's story.
Yeah.
I go through, I'm playing for like an hour or so, and then at one point, because all 3 stories are kind of going at the same time, there's going to be crossover between the 2. So what they showed us was at one point, Jake and Shelly, they're being chased by, I can't even pronounce the fucking creature's name, but it's kind of like the new Nemesis. And they run into this shipyard where Leon and Helena are just like looking around for clues and shit. And all four characters merge in that one spot. At which point you have the option to go into 4-player co-op.
Oh My God,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Wow.
And on top of that, you have the option of doing co-op, like the traditional co-op where you go, I've got my friends and all that stuff. Or you can do the co-op similar to how they did in Journey, where I could be playing the game, and then somebody else somewhere in the world has no clue, but they're playing the game, and they hit the same story spot that I hit at the same time, and we just get the option to have, anonymous co-op.
That's
Wow.
So you
cool.
could have two sets of players hitting the same spot and playing that same mission, and then it splits back out. So I know
Wow.
that was very impressive to me, especially because it's not just those like that was the one specific, but they have like a bunch of different points for every storyline, and on top of that, each storyline they told me is about 70 to 80% of the game length of Resident Evil 5.
Oh wow.
So, and they're not like back to back. You choose it, you play it to the end, and then you choose the next one, play it to the end. It's kind of like all of the shit happens at the same time, but you get to see the story from different angles and how it all
Alright.
leads up. And then the other thing that they were showing that I know Corey will like, they went back to their roots, which I know I've said a bunch of times, but I was playing Leon's, and I had a bunch of the dog jumping through the window scenes.
Oh wow, that's epic.
And half the time it was mostly my own paranoia going, because like you'd hear something rattling around, you'd turn around, you'd just see like a rat run by or whatever, then you turn back around and there's nothing there, waiting for something, and then it's like they chose the exact specific spots to have shit leap out at you. On top of that, you really have to conserve your ammo.
Nice.
Wow. Now, can you walk and shoot at the same time?
Not only can
'Cause
you
in
walk
the-
and shoot, you can run and shoot.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
okay.
Oh, hallelujah.
Wow. Because in the demo or like in the trailer thing they had, it didn't. It was a little unclear as to.
It wasn't unclear. Like even when they were showing us the demo, the guy that was actually playing was standing still and shooting, and I think
Yeah.
that was just to build up because everybody's used to seeing that. And then all of a sudden he starts sprinting and unloading on this huge Nemesis type character, and he's like, oh, and the guy giving the demonstration's like, oh yeah, we added in the fact that you can run and shoot. And then they
Oh.
just went on with that. And I was like, and everybody in the room was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. All right.
Sold.
At least the Leon section, the Leon story, I know is definitely engrossed in trying to go back to the survival horror. I can't say whether or not the other two stories are. So
Okay.
I will throw that disclaimer out there as I did in my hands on.
Very nice. But I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hell yeah.
I was almost in, but then I realized that I have no idea who any of the characters you were talking about are.
Leon!
Okay,
Well,
one.
Leon and Shelley are from Resident Evil 4.
No idea. Never played it.
No.
It's probably the second best of all of the Resident Evil games.
Nothing.
Dude,
So,
wait a minute.
Don't know Shelley. Don't know Helen. Helen, you said?
Helen is new to this one.
Okay,
So is
good.
Ada Wong is in there. She's not playable, but her character's in there.
Oh, Ada Wong. Okay, I know Ada Wong.
That
All right.
name is so funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Chris is in there.
Okay, all right. Is it going to be a game that I can pick up and not have played any Resident Evil since Resident Evil 1 and be able to enjoy it?
I don't know because that comes down to how they tell their story.
That's my concern. I'm all about giving it another shot. Yes, if it's like going to be the original Resident Evil 1, yes, absolutely. I can't wait. But can I just pick it up and try it, or do I have to play 4, 5, 3?
Well, with Leon and Shelley, you do get the bonus that you can go onto Netflix and watch the CGI movie and get most of their backstory.
Oh.
Wait
Okay,
a minute.
all right.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
don't. All right, now Corey's got to do too much work.
Yeah,
Hour.
I have to watch movies. I have to
An
get
hour and 20
backstories.
minutes.
I gotta subscribe to the wiki page. I don't need to do all that. I just want to be able to
Wait. People still use wiki pages?
Oh yeah, dude, all the time.
Oh
Are
yeah,
you kidding?
all the time.
See, there's something new every day.
But
I
I mean,
I guess
it's just
in the end, though, if they do the storytelling right, I mean, what it seems like is just Umbrella has said fuck everything and unleashed They actually have the story I've seen is they have a terrorist who's targeting main cities to unleash whichever version of the virus, and that's what's going on. So it's a global pandemic.
Oh shit.
I will rent it on Redbox, and we will see what happens.
All right.
Let's do this.
Outside of that, there's a ton of things I can go and talk about on E3. So if you have anything else specific, or if you want to, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. So there were just a couple of things I was thinking about, like going on since it is episode 100. Is just a few like either AggroGamer or Pwned or just AggroCast moments. Like for instance, just remember that when we all went to that first E3, and just sitting around Andy's table and doing a podcast, and there was like 6 of us.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that. And we had the microphone that we had to pass around because it was the only thing we had.
Exactly. So it was something like that. I'm like, those are the things that I remember.
And those fucking tacos.
Yeah, fucking tacos. That wasn't until the next year, but yes, fucking tacos. Seeing Mike drunk running in the street. That was good.
I actually found the video. It's on my camera still.
Oh,
nice!
My God.
That's so epic.
I was going through clearing it out for a couple of the other video things I did, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it's like 20 minutes of Mike running around LA down by the Staples Center drunk off his ass.
That's so awesome.
I forgot I was like I remember doing the hidden camera where I turned it on and just kind of crossed my arms with the lens pointing out.
Oh.
Because I remember he got so pissed the first time I tried to do it. And he kept trying to watch, but in his state, he was not able to see the hidden cam.
Oh, that was great. Actually, the best part about that whole thing is that there were 5 of us, so it was a little easier to cover stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice thing. Yeah, going solo is not the way, but it was because I remember the first year we went, it was definitely more of a. I guess it was better for us all as a learning experience.
Yeah,
because we didn't have to go get the fuck in and start learning how to swim. We had time to go maybe like set up like 5 meetings the entire time and hang out the rest of the time. Whereas I was doing the math on it the other day. It's like each year it's gotten less and less as we've gone.
Yes.
Because the first year we had like 6 people, and then it was 3 the next year, and then it was me and you, and now this year it's just me.
Yep.
Next year I'm going big time.
Yep. Well, you better start writing and get people to look at the site because, unless our site magically gets boobs or something. Because there were people there, and I checked that fucking, thing. They're like, you have to have 10,000 unique views a month, on these sites, and I looked and those sites didn't have shit.
Oh, wow.
So I have no fucking idea.
And even if you can, I was even able to show proof that we had more than that through all of our own analytics, through Google and everything, and they were even strict on that. They're like, no, we don't take that. We only take these specific sites because we trust these sites.
Yeah, and they're all, Google. Of course, bullshit.
Fuck Google.
But yeah, so it was just like, I'm like, so-and-so's at E3, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting, because they only have about 5,000 views a month.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the other thing, too, though, is they opened up, I think they realized they didn't give enough press passes for the people that wanted to cover it, because I know there was a lot of people there as press, but they were there with industry passes as well.
Huh.
So, and the other weird thing was either there's a lot more midgets showing up to E3, or people are sneaking their kids in.
Oh yeah, I believe.
There was
because they were doing that last year.
There's actually an underage badge. I saw that this year. There's a badge that looks like the normal, exhibitor badge, except for it says underage guest on there.
Disastrous.
Even though in all of
Jungle Gym on it.
Even all their fucking write-ups on their website says you must be over 17 due to the content of this show.
Yeah, and believe me, there were enough of those. There were enough games being shown on the floor that were.
Yeah.
Oops.
Not even just that. It's just like what was it? Injustice, the superhero fighting game, was literally being shown right next to Lollipop Chainsaw. But that shit lollipop chainsaw is kind of, it's an anime kiddie look, but you're still chainsawing people to death with blood splattering everywhere.
Nice.
I don't know.
And with,
How is that not for kids though?
well, well, it's the half naked chick.
No, it's rated.
Oh,
it's
okay.
rated E for everybody, right? Lollipop
Yeah.
Chainsaw. Yeah.
But
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
right behind that was the new Aliens game.
All right. So, what I want to ask before we continue is, did you get to see or touch Watch Dogs?
I got to get about maybe 20 feet next to Watch Dogs because that's where Activision was at, but Ubisoft showed no love this year.
Oh, because I was like, sitting there watching the Ubisoft press conference, and then it's just like, yeah, this is kind of lame. Oh, hey, shit, what is this game? This game's awesome.
And I still haven't even seen the full trailer of it because it won't load on my computer.
Aw.
Like it craps out at like 9 minutes.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's my computer or just the YouTube video because it's the one directly from Ubisoft too on their
Oh,
the YouTube page.
all right. Yeah, but that looks pretty badass. Did you get to see? Did you get my question answered? I asked you a question to ask. Is Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, how are those connected?
Do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to tell you my made-up theory in my head?
Tell 'em lies.
Yeah, let's go with the lie.
I believe it's going to be handled through Uplay, so you don't have to worry about whether or not somebody's playing Assassin's Creed 3 on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation and their Vita.
Wow.
Okay.
But that's what I'm assuming, because I don't think Ubisoft is just going to force everybody to, because what if somebody, for some reason, has a Vita and only has their Xbox or PC that they want to buy the game on?
Well, I was thinking that if Sony really wanted to put a dagger, in Microsoft, that would be the way to do it. Is to have any type of connection between Liberation and the console version has to be done through the PSN.
See, I can see Sony trying to do that, but I don't think Ubisoft would do that, especially like with how they've done all their other social games that link together, like their Facebook game and all that stuff.
Yeah,
because I mean that links into every version of the game, so I don't see them.
Yes, yeah.
I guess I could see Sony trying, but I don't think Ubisoft would allow it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope so, because I've already pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3 on Xbox.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to know the actual truth, I got nowhere near the Ubisoft booth outside of walking by it. So.
Oh, fair enough.
That is all speculation made from my own brain.
Nice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you really going the extra mile for me.
Hey, at least the lie was more elaborate than the truth.
That's right.
That's for sure.
That. All right.
AggroGamer, where we cover the real details.
Exactly. Whatever.
Hey,
we
that's
think.
Yeah. Any important details are made up. And we're the only website that's not only doing it, but we're telling you the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed Dirty Dancing.
Oh, God. Another fantastic AggroGamer moment.
Funny thing is, this year I actually stayed in the hotel right down the walking distance to that place where we ended up going the first time for the Ubisoft presser.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were showing some Addams Family musical there now.
Nice.
So I was sitting there going, man, Assassin's Creed meets the Addams Family. Nothing wrong could go there.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about Assassin's Creed 2 Dirty Dancing. But only on Wii.
Only on...
That was a Wii exclusive. That was before Kinect. That was first year. That was 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago. We went to the wrong theater. It was fine. We did end up getting to it, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we ended up getting... The funny thing is we thought we were running late, but we ended up getting to it 45 minutes early still. And that was beating the LA traffic on was it 3 o'clock on a Monday?
Yeah.
We got almost across town. Just in time not to miss, Assassin's Creed 2 and not Assassin's Creed 2 Dirty Dancing.
Yes, so sad. But we did get to sit through James Cameron, which we'll never get that time back again.
I had a good nap.
Damn it.
At least
me and my dedication.
I will say Ubisoft learned. There was no Mr. Coffee, to my knowledge, correct?
No. They had
or caffeine or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Caffeine. No, they had the stupid guy behind the scenes, which I really have no idea why he was there. And then whoever the African American woman was.
Aisha Tyler, really?
I don't know who she is.
Okay.
Who is she?
Just keep going. Move on. Just move on. It's not even that. Just keep going.
You sound.
I'll just Google it.
I'm just. Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. Just keep going.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh well.
The laser tag at Konami.
Oh god.
There was laser tag?
Like 2 years ago or whatever. Last year, during their press conference where they were trying to show off their new laser tag game or whatever with the Kinect.
Oh yeah.
And they had people running around the studio playing laser tag.
That's special. Yes, I did look it up, Corey. Thank you. And I did actually find something that I've actually seen, because the only thing on this whole list of crap that I've seen is Archer, and that you don't see her in that; you just hear her voice.
What she's known for right now is her big "I've been a gamer since before you could read" rant on Facebook. Anybody? Nobody?
Nope.
Oh,
no. You're the only one who posts stuff like that.
Me and the rest of the game journalist websites.
I read it. But
Thank you, David. Thank you. Continue on.
I was reading before she was.
I have better things to do, like being unemployed.
Yep.
I was reading before she was playing games, though, so that doesn't apply to me.
Just go.
I know, poking holes in people's rants.
Aw.
Actually, she's old. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, she's like 8 years older than me, so that makes her really fucking old.
Yeah.
Well, no, nothing makes you feel old like going to get your haircut, because I missed my last one, so it's been like literally 8 weeks since I had my last time I had my haircut, and she puts the razor to my head, not the razor, but the clippers, and starts clipping, and I'm just like looking, and she's like looking at me, I'm like, that is really fucking gray, and she's like, no, it's still some blonde in there.
It's light blonde.
It's so light, it's like gray. Yeah, that was like, oh man, sides of my head. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really getting fucking gray. It's so old. Oh, I don't even. First of all, wait, Corey, this link in here, you know why? I'm not going to click this link.
I know where it's from.
Want to send it to Kotaku?
You can still link on it.
That's the unholy place.
Go back to Twitter and look at my link and click from there. You'll be fine.
I mean, if you really want to feel old, this is the one that did it for me. Let me see if it shows up.
Wow, monstrous.
Eminem's daughter. I still swore she was like 3.
This has got to not be fun for the rest of the listeners of the podcast.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand what you mean. They can't see? I don't understand why they can't see.
Hey, our podcast started out with sharing links in the back end with people just going dead air for a while and nobody talking about what's being passed around. So we're going back to our roots.
No. I mean,
no.
But
all right, back on topic.
Back on topic.
We have a topic.
Brian feel old.
Yes.
We have a topic for 100 episode. Nice. Way to go.
Hey, that's how you know we're old. Yes. So yeah, I mean, we've had some really great memories on the show. I mean, we've had some people on and and we've talked, and then there's episode 98 where Corey just goes on and on.
No, let's go back farther. Hold on, before you all get pissed off about 98 and about Corey and his rant, let's move back to what episode was it? I had it up. Yes, episode 86. For those that listen, the one where Brian hates everything.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Where Brian, no matter what you said or what you threw at him, Brian was like, "Meh, it sucks, whatever." Meh. Yeah. So I go on my rant, and everybody's like, "Why are you so mean?" I'm like, "I get it from Brian." Yeah.
Hipster Brian.
Hipster Brian, pretty much. Yeah. We got him glasses and gray hair. It's cool.
You're blaming
All I
us for
need is
Brian's
one of
break.
those. I just need one of those shitty hats.
Oh yeah. With actual shit in it.
Oh goodness.
Oh yeah, here it is. You're right. 86.
86. I have that.
The one where Brian hates everything.
Exactly. That was the episode of you woke up that morning and drank Haterade. It was amazing.
Oh yeah. Exclusively drank Haterade the entire day.
If you want
It
to
was
talk about
so
some
great.
older podcasts, you got to go way back before Brian was host.
Are we talking
Or
about
back when Mike was the host. Because I swear, some of the best ones that were on there. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing against Mike or anything, but when he did like the member spotlights, and the members just steamrolled him and pretty much took over the podcast, and he couldn't control it. I remember, Jules is the one that sticks out the most.
Yes.
Because but in the end, though, she was a radio DJ, and that was kind of her job at the time. But it was just hilarious because Mike thought he was like king shit of fuck mountain the entire time, and then Jules was like, "Well, let me just flip that on you," and then he just started stumbling over everything. It became the Miragel show.
That was an excellent show. Although, and I'm probably going to talk about this one with him when he's on part 2 of the show. But the one where he's interviewing Andy,
yeah,
and the entire time Andy's playing Call of Duty,
yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So he's like, you just hear click, 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 because you hear like the buttons on the 360 controller going, and then he's like, yeah,
yeah.
So
well, yeah.
Wow.
Click, 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 click. Uh-huh.
So I have a question.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I have a question, and this is because
Yes.
I, as a host, I came in late in the game. But on our webpage, what happened to the lost episodes?
What lost?
We had
If
lost
you go, for those that are on the website, if you go to AggroCast, it ends at episode 27.
That's not good.
I'm just letting
So
you all know.
we're-
If you go back, you can only go back 5 pages. You can see all the podcasts, but they only go back to episode 27, and it
Which
starts
one are you
with "We're
talking?
back." If you go to,
I'm looking at the RSS feed.
why are you looking at the RS? No, go to the
Oh
website.
no! Before 27,
We
actually
Total
it was total meltdown, and it was all run off of the total
Okay.
meltdown section on Pwn.
So we basically went from, okay, just a
But
little
if you go-
history.
If you actually go through the RSS feed, you can go
Yeah.
all the way back to episode 1, back when it was Mike and
Clover.
and then
Yep.
it moved on to Mike and Mo.
Yep.
When it starts with technical difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's the pro tip, everybody. If you want to hear the originals, go to the RSS feed. That's where you're going to get all the good stuff.
And someday we're going to get back the RSS feed.
Yeah, because it
Yes.
kind of stopped at episode 79.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been
79, dude. Wait.
79, dude.
I've been trying to help with that, trying to push that along. I'm trying to find the one where I'm in there. Because I did
know,
one of
there's-
those. It was one of those. I was on one of those episodes where he's interviewing me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
don't
remember.
remember that.
Yeah, it was one of the earlier ones. I think it was like way back before Bin.
Oh, wow. Shit. Well, I started at the same time Bid did.
So I was way back then.
Yeah.
It was
So, yeah.
I think it was the episode before they he interviewed Jules.
Yeah, so episode 8 looks like the beginning of the... Oh, no. It says AggroCast.
Keep going.
Episode 7 looks like to be the very first time we had an AggroCast.
Yeah.
Oh, memories.
Yeah. And gotta love episode 6 where they talked about House of the Dead 2 and 3 on Wii.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
that's one of the things is where you start like looking and you read them and you're like, why did we talk about that?
It was a good idea at the time.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Because they didn't have
you
a topic, and they were just like, oh, let's throw something out there.
We don't do that now. Oh, sorry, I tried to say that with a straight face.
Yeah, not at all.
That didn't work at all.
We don't do that. Cool. Keep going. Moving on.
Oh, okay, I feel much better.
Nice.
So did you see anything, David, about Final Fantasy Versus 13? I know Corey doesn't give a shit, but he can
Not
be
a
fired.
goddamn thing.
Bastards.
Wait. You're still looking for stuff for... Wait, why? What are you looking
No,
wait, no. There was the announcement Square Enix did that they didn't scrap it to make Final Fantasy 15. So there's that announcement.
Okay.
Because that was a rumor that they were just going to scrap Final Fantasy Versus 13 and call it Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, that's not a...
Yeah, but this Square Enix came out and said that's not the case at all. They're still technically, I guess, working on it.
Oh, okay.
But Final Fantasy 7 on the Vita.
Are they gonna HD that shit?
No, it's mainly they're going to allow all of the PS1 ports.
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah.
Vita.
Yeah, that's that should have already happened.
I agree.
Yeah.
But hey, at least they said they've acknowledged it and they're going to do it.
Here's my thing, is that when they released the PS Vita, it should have came bundled with Final Fantasy VII. I'm just saying that would have been a selling point. But
yes,
a little late. It's alright. Okay. It's cool.
Well, I think really, and because it doesn't work completely, but I put the Final Fantasy VII disc in my PS3 and I did the remote play. It doesn't really help the graphics when they're shrunk down a little bit. It still looks bad.
Well, okay, if we're going to talk about Final Fantasy, can I just throw something out there? Because we were talking about Final Fantasy 13 to 15 to 22 to 74 to whatever the hell they're doing right now. But did anybody else notice that Final Fantasy 13-2 just dropped dramatically in price on GameStop?
Yep.
You can...
No.
It dropped... Okay, you can buy a brand new copy of Final Fantasy 13-2 that was $49.99 is now $19.99.
Whoa!
There's no minor drop. There's no we dropped it to $39.99 or $29. It dropped to below $20.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Because they didn't put the dress sphere in. There's no dress sphere.
Oh, that thing was.
I liked 13-2. It was better than 13.
Apparently, no. You know what everybody's response?
You can't say no. You didn't play either of them.
Everyone that I've talked to that's played the game said this exact same terminology. If you ask them how was it, they all say the first line is it's better than the first one. That's it. That's all anybody has to say good about it. Is it's better than the first one.
It is.
Yeah,
the combat is.
That doesn't make it a better game. That just means it's better than the first one.
The first one was not terrible. I mean, the problem is it's the same thing that all Final Fantasy games suffer. And I know we covered this already, but the story is only it's kind of holes and but the combat system is still excellent. Like, you cannot take that away from the game. The combat system is fantastic.
Okay,
fair enough.
And where the fuck is my Persona 5?
Hey, they have that new fighting game or whatever for Persona.
Yeah, I have no interest in fighting games.
I didn't think you did, so I didn't stop by the booth to grab anything for you there.
But I would have taken it if they had I think Corey just quit.
Nope, that wasn't me.
Oh. But if they would have had little figurines or something, give me dolls like Mike used to have, or still has. I'm assuming he still has.
We'll find out. Yeah, still has.
Yeah, still has. But yeah, I have more interest in the Persona 4 Golden Edition on Vita, and then I want my Persona 5 wherever that is.
It's coming eventually.
It's in the pipeline, probably.
I bet you it is somewhere.
En route.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's not exactly something you can just make. Can't really make a 100-hour game real quickly.
I don't know. The Heroine Hero looks like it'd be an easy 100-hour game.
The what?
Heroine Hero from South Park. All you do is chase the dragon.
Hell yeah!
You never catch him.
It's fantastic. Speaking of South Park, did you get to see Stick of Truth?
Outside of the trailer and the big banner they had, no. I didn't even get to see the trailer until I got back from E3.
So hilarious. Looks so hilarious. I want to play it right now.
Yeah. Apparently they got the guys out there specifically for the Microsoft presser.
Yep.
And that was because they happened to be in town promoting Book of Mormon.
Nice. Did you end up getting to see that?
It's not actually opened yet in anywhere near here. It's only opened up on Broadway. It comes to LA like in September, and I've got plans. That show is it sounds amazing because I've heard the soundtrack so many damn times.
Yes, you have. Remember, you played it like 2 or 3 times for me.
Yes, I know.
So, any other AggroCast moments you guys can think of that you were in, that you're all in love with?
In love? No. Can't say I was. No. Negative.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to actually dig in there. And...
I mean, there are like just the things that I always remember, like when we, got together to do something. So like the CES where it was, you, me, David, Ben, and I, that was pretty epic. Eating waffles at the Best Western.
Yes, I do miss the waffles at the Best Western.
It's the best.
The lady who swore she had the best sense of humor ever, but my Dead Don't Say No shirt offended her. I wasn't even. We were just outside of our door, and I was already offending somebody with that shirt.
Dan Shu.
Dan Shu pissing him off with a woot monkey.
Yeah,
we actually still have that. That very woot monkey is here in this house.
We should totally auction that off.
I would
for Matt's college.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be great.
You'll have to fight Zoe for it though.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we're not going to do that.
And it doesn't have a cape anymore.
Oh, well, that's okay. Important thing is we got to get Matt to go to college. That's the important thing.
That is true.
We're going to Kickstarter. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic.
Oh yeah.
It's either that or I'm going to Kickstarter. Well, I was going to Kickstarter me quitting my job, but I did that anyway. And then my other one would be the brick and mortar and online used game store that actually writes a check to the publishers for like a certain percentage of the sale.
See, that would be a good idea.
But I mean, my only fear is that the next round of consoles won't have discs and stuff. So that would be a real shock. That'd be a real short business plan. So let's quickly go down the list. Corey, how can people get in touch with you?
You can find me at Mythic Griffin on Twitter, on AggroGamer, on Pwned, on Google, on the internet. Yeah.
So they can't find you at all?
No.
Right. Matt, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Shredding Ruin, RUEN. And you can obviously shoot me an email if need be at jthm773@gmail.com.
There was one time where I was like listening to this part of the podcast on a different one, and I kept having to rewind it so I could write all those letters down, so I could actually put it in my phone what your email address was, because I had no idea.
Dude, it's only like 4 friggin' letters. Like, come on.
And a few numbers, and I think there's an asterisk in there. I don't know.
Oh.
David, how about you?
You can catch me pretty much anywhere as the Real Hades or Hades. If it's gaming related, that's probably me. It's either Hades or the Real Hades. So, and that's including Twitter and Facebooks and all the other stuffs on the interwebs.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, David, for coming on to the special 100.
It was a great time reminiscing.
Yeah. And Matt and Corey, we will see you for episode 100.
Maybe
before Corey quits. Corey's going to rage quit any time now.
I'm waiting patiently. Maybe episode 100. Maybe.
Hey, I'll take back my Neverwinter beta code.
The beta's not even on yet. I can't even do anything.
I mean, I only got like 200 of them, so.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right, so contact David or read I'm guessing the information on how to get one is in the...
I'll be running that soon. I also got Counter-Strike Global Operation or whatever. I got a couple beta codes for that as well that I'll be running contests on the site here shortly.
All right, so keep a track on the Twitters, which is AggroGamer, and just make sure you just keep going to the AggroGamer site for more details on those contests. But for all of you listeners, please stick around as we will continue with episode 100 with Mike Camacho and Ben Wynn when we come back right after this break. See ya.
Peace.
Later.
Whoosh.
System is not ready. Please turn on the console.
Welcome to part 2 of the AggroCast episode 100. We're bringing the team back together. And I think you know what, I meant to look it up before we did it, before we started recording, but I wanted to see exactly how many. It was about 70 episodes that the three of us were together. So first up, we have former writer here on AggroGamer and former host here on the AggroCast, and now a writer at iCrontic.com. It is Ben. Don't call me Win.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. What's up?
And then the founder of this podcast, as well as former chief editor of AggroGamer.com, and the founder of the GamerOtaku.com. I said that right?
Otaku Gamer.
Damn it! I knew I'd get it wrong. In my head, I had it differently. But the OtakuGamer.com. It is Michael. They're not dolls. Camacho.
What's up? I'm back. Feels good to be back. Actually, I wanted to be like, it's Brian, the bearded lady Bentley.
I just thought of that. Like I was like, when I woke up this morning, I was like, you know what? We have to bring back saying nicknames.
Yeah. And I changed Ben's actual nickname now, though. It's
really?
It's Win for a Night of Sin.
Yeah, he expanded on it. Yeah.
I did not catch that. I mean, I wanted to say the now defunct win-win contest, but it was just too hard to pass up calling you "Don't Call Me Win-Win."
Yeah, I believe you still remember that night at E3 when you guys were like, I forgot what party we went to. What was it, a CCP party? And like I was just talking to some chick, and you guys ran off and got some tacos.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. We actually talked about that last night about the amazing tacos. Oh my God,
Those were some good tacos, though. I think like
they were fantastic.
They were absolutely excellent. But you know, here I am, and I see you guys in the corner of my eye, and like you guys were tweeting about it, and there's my phone, you know, just going off, and I'm like, yep, there it is.
It's been a long time, guys. I'm so glad to have you on for our Epic 100.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, a little under 2 years,
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years and like 5 episodes ago since I'm so good at keeping them on a schedule.
Yeah, you took a little break after I initially left.
Yeah, the one that really kills me of all the things is that we just don't have the RSS feed anymore. Like it just cannot get Andy to work on it.
That sucks.
Wow.
So that one's the one that's
You're
kind
almost
of more
better off creating a new one.
Yeah, probably.
Because iTunes is weird about changing things. If you can't get the original, it's really messed up.
And I'm sure iTunes works all the time.
Yeah, because I actually co-host another podcast called, well, two of them. One of them's called Attack on Review, and when they got Mevio, decided to shut down all the private podcasts to make it more of a public site and advertisers can come on, bigger names. They didn't let anybody actually get a chance to move their podcast to a new RSS feed, so everybody had to kind of restart the RSS feeds on iTunes.
That is awful.
Yeah.
That is really awful.
And iTunes, if you contact them, they're like, no, sorry, you have to start a new one. Like, how hard is it for you to take this new link and put it in there?
Oh, I mean, they have to, like, work
I know.
and stuff. The people at Apple are busy doing their money printing machines. They have to run those money printing machines. They don't have time to be changing RSS feed links.
I know.
Oh, it's too difficult for them. You kidding me?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I could rip on Apple all day.
You're gonna give me a link? I can't do that, but yet I can, you know.
Yeah.
give you
And
guys
now I used to
right
rip on
ice
Apple
cream.
too, and now I own an iPhone and an iPad.
Oh,
I can't help it.
sadness.
I can't help it. They're such nice products.
I got mine
Is
for free.
iTunes like your favorite? Is iTunes your favorite program now? It's the greatest, isn't it?
Only because they sell K-pop.
Oh.
But actually,
should've-
using
should've
iTunes
known
really
what it
sucks.
was.
I don't know.
I should've known.
I use iTunes a lot because there's if you go to like the radio part of it, you can actually listen to like sports radio from like across the nation. So there's one that I listen to in Detroit. So they have it on there, so I don't have to go to their website and click on the link and have their player pop up. And I just double click on iTunes and it starts playing it in HD quality. So that's what I use iTunes for.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So there's been. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you
It
were
was
gonna
me,
say-
but
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Yep.
Well, the good quality stuff that we've all been missing from the podcast.
Things have kind of changed. One of the co-hosts before you guys became my co-host is now living with me.
Really?
Yeah, Shannon.
Really? Oh, so that's where Shannon moving then? That's awesome.
Yeah, she's staying here as my roommate. And it's been a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, tell her I said hi.
I will whenever she gets back from the gym.
She is never at the gym. Just so
God,
you know.
she's always at the gym. I try to break her of the habit. It doesn't work.
I'm sure you enticed her a lot with whatever.
I got her to eat some ice cream last night.
Ooh.
Edie's makes a Samoa ice cream. They take Samoa cookie bits from the Girl Scout cookies.
Really?
It's so good.
That sounds amazing.
And I tried that bacon sundae today from Burger King.
Oh, really? And?
It was good. The first
Really?
bite, though, was like, what the hell? And after that, I was like, this is pretty good. Just that initial bite is kind of off-putting.
You know what? I can't do it.
Man,
I love bacon, but I can't do it.
dude, you'd be surprised. The sweetness and the saltiness actually kind of counteract each other.
I was against the idea, but Mike, you sold me on at least trying it.
Yeah, I think everybody should at least try it. I mean, it's one of those things that's going to be a love it or hate it. I don't think anyone's going to be like, eh. But I think I'll have it again.
Okay,
Just not right away.
I'll get one tomorrow.
They last through the summer, so I'll probably get one like next month and maybe in August. It's not going to be like an every week thing, every day thing.
Well, it's kind of like you guys ever have bacon chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
It's one of the, I like it, but it's like if I thought about eating it every day, then I'd be like,
Yeah, no.
Well, it
I don't
just
think
tastes like salty chocolate.
but bacon, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting on to something. Ben, you were at E3,
Yes.
and something I asked David last night. I want to ask you: did it seem like it was bigger or smaller, or was there a completely different vibe now that they've really started up? You know.
This year, I want to say it was toned down a bit, but it was more game focused than actual huge presentations or new console release or anything really exciting. I mean, it was more game focused, and there was a lot of games to be excited about, but there wasn't that one standalone game that people really was talking about. They were talking about games from EA, games from Activision, games from Konami, from 2K, from THQ. It was like spread throughout the entire board. So I like that feeling where I wasn't like hearing just one particular thing. I was hearing like multiple things across the board.
It wasn't all just about the Halos.
No, even though they did have the Warthog there for everyone to take a picture, and like you couldn't, if you were taking a picture, they had like this barrier around it. So like you couldn't step inside the barrier to take the picture, but you could step in. You can step inside the barrier if you were going to take a picture by the Warthog, which is like really, really dumb. Well, it was like they were like really secure about it, like no pictures inside the Warthog or something like that. I'm like, okay. So
well, they have that because what would happen is those crazy Halo people would like the fans of Halo would just be all over, be like, that's not where the stick shift goes. It should be 3 inches higher.
Yeah, probably.
I know I saw it through Master Chief's helmet. Damn it. You know?
So there was no like Activision booth. It's been 3 years since I've been there. No Activision booth in background. Just keep counting down to the same trailer every like
No, they did.
10 minutes.
They did. Did like the
Oh.
same 4 trailers over and over, and then you had this huge amount of people like just standing around the area, just staring at the trailer. Yeah, no, they still have it.
Yeah, that was. I was going to say, I'm like, that was last year.
But does the one thing
Oh,
I
it's so
like,
horrible.
the one thing like, I sort of noticed. No, I realized there was going to be a more toned down E3 this year, is because G4 didn't have their Booth Babe contest. So I knew like right away like this E3 is going to be more toned down.
Yeah. Well, they did. Did they have the getting the jumpy air bouncy castle thing with a quote unquote hot girl for like 10 seconds or something?
No, I don't. Yeah,
They didn't have that contest again.
no,
that
their,
was
their booth was actually shrunk down too. Like it was way smaller.
Last year I was standing there. They're like, don't you want a chance to win a TV? All you just have to sign up and go in the jumpy castle with the hot girl. And I looked at her. I'm like, no, I'm just that's dumb.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They were more toned down too, because I think Karen Pereira is not there no more, or Adam Sessler. So,
all right, well, that's good. Hey, I mean, to me, that is good.
Yeah,
like that's good stuff. They also did a lot of partnering with like Spike, didn't they? Or was that was game trailers?
that was game trailers, but yeah, I think Spike TV, well, game trailers had a much bigger presence than G4 did.
Yeah, and they had a lot of like stuff they actually showed on TV, which I thought was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it was weird though, because you know how the West Hall was?
Yeah.
They had Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in that area.
That's weird.
So like you had the big three in one area, and then you had everyone else in the South Hall.
Huh.
So it was actually much better that way, because if I had an appointment with Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, I know where to go to, and then everyone else was over there. So
Mike, I'm going to move it over to you. Are you buying a Wii U?
Hold on, before I answer,
okay.
the previous co-host is right here.
Uh-oh.
Everybody says hi. We're AggroCast episode 100.
we can barely hear you. What?
Yeah, I'm recording with Brian and Ben. I just wanted you to say hi, because you were the co-host before they came on. So.
Hi!
Hi.
Hopefully you can make that quieter in editing.
No.
All right.
I'll just cut that out. I don't know what you're
Sorry.
talking about.
All right. Just had to get her on here real quick.
No, believe me, if I wasn't already thinking that this podcast is going to be like 4 hours long, I would have had a lot more people on.
Yeah. So you're asking me if I was going to buy a Wii U?
Yes.
No, not right away. Price drop later on, maybe. I didn't get a 3DS, mostly because I can't watch or play anything in 3D, so that doesn't even matter
What
to
price
me.
drop? They didn't even announce a price yet.
Yeah, but it's already, they said 30,000 yen, which is about $300 US, probably a little more. So
That doesn't surprise me.
you can pretty much bet that the American price is going to be around the same, maybe $50 less.
I was thinking $299, but that was...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to be $299, $249, but either way, I already own current gen consoles. I don't need another one that has a tablet.
Yeah.
Because honestly, giving me a tablet does not make your console next gen. You're just catching up and adding something that I have an iPad that has multi-touch.
Yes. Well, and I think that's something, everyone talks about, the Kinect this and, the Move and now the Wii U stuff. And really all it is that's still current gen.
Yeah.
Don't forget Nintendo Land and Wonder Book.
God. All right. Well, I thought the Wonder Book could be cool.
It could be cool, but you did not have to spend you didn't have to spend 20 minutes at the press conference talking about it. Not to the audience that was there. So
no, not even remotely.
I mean, you could have announced it like on game trailers or
They could have shown the trailer and
IGN.
done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I mean, so what if I'm going to get a quote from R.W. Rowling or whatever?
J.K. Rowling. Yep. All right. Although I will say, of all the Wii U games, and it looks so generic, but Zombie U does have a couple of cool things going for it. With the scanning, and then the fact that when you die, you actually, if you want your stuff back, you have to go find the person you were that was infected and then kill them and take your stuff back.
Oh wow, yeah. Because I know I walked by the area, but I didn't get a chance to play it. But from what I understand, is there's a mode on Zombie U where you're almost playing like a tower defense game against the other players, where you actually drop the zombies on them, or you place them before then, and then they try, then the survivors have to try to survive your onslaught. I'm not sure. That's what that's what one of my colleagues said that was there with me.
Okay.
So I'm like, I didn't hear about that, but all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then there was another Ubisoft project that I was kind of interested in, Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that looked really interesting. I was at first though, when they were just kind of walking around in the beginning, I was like, this is really boring.
Yeah.
And then once they
really
got in the
slow.
club, it really picked up and got interesting. But up until then, I was like, you could have cut that whole part out. Just start at the club.
Yeah, like they were trying to do this huge build that I'm like, what am I watching? Are they just walking around?
A lot of people didn't know what they were watching though, because I was in a Skype call with 10 people during the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah.
And most people were like, what is this? Like, most people were like, why are we just watching a guy walking around? And it was a really bad start to it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, everybody was really shocked and actually very interested.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just like...
Oh, go ahead.
I like that they showed, like, at least... And I didn't show it during the conference. They showed it somewhere else. And basically the guy was standing at a stoplight, and he made all four sides green, and then there was just a huge pileup right in the intersection.
That's awesome.
He caused a huge accident because he decided to turn all lights green.
See, that's all I do. I just mess around the whole time.
Well, it makes me wonder, I'm like, well, shit, this is what Rockstar should have done for the next Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, they just, I don't know what happened to them. It was weird. Like, I know the game's supposed to be coming out soon, but why didn't they not announce that at the Sony presser or show it on the show floor? I thought it was weird. I mean, there was a lot of games that were just not there, like playable, which I didn't understand at all. Like, in order to see the Star Wars, the new Star Wars game, like
The 1313 one?
1313, you had to have an appointment with Activision in the upstairs area.
That's so weird.
And then like, so everyone else can't see it. And I'm like, okay, because I never got an email from Activision to go see it.
Wow.
So I missed out on that. I was really interested in it. So,
It seemed like
I never even heard of it until it was like, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, haven't you heard about this? No.
I only heard that there was a secret Star Wars project because I think it was Rebel FM. Anthony Gallegos, a huge Star Wars fan, so he kept saying, "I got to go see what the new one is." He goes, "I'm prepared to be disappointed like every other time, but I still got to go see it." And that's the only reason I knew anything about it. And then when I found out it was
really
Uncharted
good,
Wars, I was like, okay.
it looked good. It looks really good though. Hopefully they fix like maybe the combat system or I don't know, the aiming.
It just looked like Uncharted in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I'm interested.
As long as I'm not fighting guys that are bullet sponges over and over again, I'll check it out.
So, Mike, out of all the stuff that you saw coming out of E3, like what was kind of the most impressive for you? Maybe something that caught you off guard.
Caught me off guard was Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Because it wasn't even like when I first saw it and they showed the trailer, I was like, oh, it's just the next Hot Pursuit game. Until like as I was going through E3 the following days, realizing that it's kind of like Hot Pursuit mixed with Burnout Paradise. There's a lot of free roam driving. And I was like, oh, well, I'm down for that. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was just another racing game with Hot Pursuit. I didn't realize it was going to be like also the predecessor to Burnout Paradise, which is one of my favorite games still. So if they can make it where you can have like 8 people still jump into a online game and just drive around and cause mayhem, I'm down. It seems like it's going to be that way because they've added challenges similar to Burnout Paradise and stuff like that.
So what I found interesting is it felt like, especially during like the EA press conference, is they were like, okay, we really liked, I was going to say Most Wanted. What was the first one?
Hot
With
Pursuit.
the police cars? Hot Pursuit. Like, we really liked it, so we made it awesomer. And I was like, okay, that's good. As opposed to Forza Horizon, which was, we're not really sure who we're marketing this to, but we think this might be cool, so maybe come check it out, please.
It seemed like they were trying to market Forza to a Need for Speed crowd. Like this is more off-track racing. It's roads. It's not just you going around in circles and stuff like that, or the regular tracks that we've had before.
Yeah. Well, they had that, and I was like, okay, so it's kind of like Cannonball Run? And
Yeah,
they were like,
no.
no, you're just hanging out in Colorado at this fair. At this music fair. And I'm like, why?
Why
Yeah,
not?
it's not a game that I'm interested in, but I've never been a Forza fan, so.
Well, neither have I. I just didn't understand, like, why didn't you just stick to what you know and just make car game? Don't make weird game that you don't know what you're making.
Yeah.
It was sort of like the first time when we all sat down to see Blur.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all kind of like, what?
It looked cool,
What is this game? Yeah.
and it turned out to not be that great.
I think a lot more people were played Split Second more than Blur did.
Blur had the problem that Wipeout 2048 on the Vita had. It had a problem really making you feel the speed of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like you're going through the motions, and there's no real sense of speed there. That's what people want in racing games. I always felt Blur was like, they were so focused on getting the combat part down that they lost focus of the racing.
Mhm.
So,
Nice.
and that's another thing that caught me off guard was Sony's lack of Vita push.
But yeah, they had a ton of titles there on the show floor.
I know, but you'd think for a thing that's not, it's more for the retail industry. That's what E3 is mostly for, and then the gaming press is there to cover for everybody else. You'd think that they'd be trying to push Vita to the people that are selling your product. Like,
You would think.
Well, to me, what was the most disheartening about the entire Sony press conference for the Vita was they were like, and now you'll be able to play PS1 games. I'm like, that should have been already on there.
but I still
That should
cheered.
not be your big reveal.
Or your
Because-
selling point.
I cheered in the
That
terms
should've
of "Hooray, finally!"
Yeah.
and it's still not out. The update's still not there. So.
I mean, I'm like, this is silly.
It just drives me nuts
should've-
because I love my Vita. It's such a beautiful piece of hardware. It's so
Definitely.
strong. It's better than the 3DS, but they do nothing with it.
I never turn it on. It just sits there.
I've
Or your
turned it on
3DS or your Vita?
My Vita.
because I've been playing that
My
pinball
3DS
game.
does the same thing. For what game?
The pinball game that I think they still have it, where it's $10 you get the PS3 and the Vita version for $10.
Oh,
And I've been playing that, and that's pretty fun. And I just bought Gravity Rush, which I'll play after Lollipop Chainsaw. So
I've heard mixed things on Lollipop Chainsaw.
it's awesome.
I heard people love it, and I've also heard it's kind of mediocre and boring.
Boring, it is not. The combat could be a bit better. It's not
Mhm.
perfect, but I think the game is so ridiculously over the top. I don't see how anybody considers it boring.
Mhm.
I was laughing my butt off through most of it, but if you don't like cursing, it's a game you should probably not play. I like it because Tara Strong's doing the main voice.
Okay.
And she's awesome. She does Twilight Sparkle and My Little Pony. For those who don't watch that, Princess Clara also in Drawn Together. If people remember that show.
Oh, that's right, Brian.
I'll put
It's been a while, so we're
Yeah, Brian, sorry.
Me and Mike were both bronies.
I'll have to get some cricket sounds for in there, but
You have Netflix still, right?
I do.
Better start watching.
Okay.
Both seasons are on there. You'd be surprised.
Hey, you got time now, don't you?
I do in fact have time. Way
Hey,
too much.
second
time on my
season
hands.
has a whole Metal Gear Solid reference to it.
Nice. Okay, so what are you guys thinking about Beyond Two Souls?
I'm interested, to be honest with you. I mean, I think It's an interesting concept, as you can hear, like a truck driving by. No, I, from what they were talking about at the Sony press conference, I was really, really interested to see what that studio is going to come out, what's going to come out next, and you know, Beyond Two Souls, was it Beyond Two Souls, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Beyond Two Souls.
But yeah, oh god, I can't think right now. I'm like in the middle of writing an article. Um, you know how it is. Anyways, yeah, I'm really interested. It sounds great. I can't wait to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
See, I want gameplay. I want to see what the gameplay looks like. I mean, I'm hooked right now because of how gorgeous the game looks. Like, I'm like looking at it going, I don't know if I've seen a game that looks like this yet. That on a current gen, at least I'm thinking current gen. Not entirely sure, but everything had me like very intrigued. But like I said, I don't want another game that plays like Heavy Rain. I want to feel like I have more control over the character than the way you did in Heavy Rain. Because a lot of the walking and stuff in Heavy Rain felt so boring.
Oh, come on. I mean, everyone climbs stairs with stiff legs.
Ugh, that's the biggest thing. That and the voice acting was awful in Heavy Rain. Jason? Jason! They
Yeah,
gotta get
I
better
don't know
voice
why.
actors for the US. They gotta get, like, actual Americans to talk the part or something.
actual American.
Well, it's true. Like, but because some people were saying at E3 they were hearing some of the other voices in the game, and they're definitely done by Europeans trying to sound American.
Yeah.
And
That's awful.
yeah, and that's just, well,
And the one thing that killed me was it was another trailer like Watch Dogs, where the beginning I'm like, okay, I understand that they're trying to show like facial feature movements, but this is really slow.
yeah.
Like this has to pick up. And then it was at the end when they were like, when she's like talking to what or whomever or whatever, Ivan.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, and she's like just talking to something, and you're like, that was interesting. But her sitting there not saying anything for like 5 minutes,
Yeah. I felt like a lot of the trailers and stuff this year started off really slow and on a lot of them. Like I'd be like, "Oh my god, let's get to the meat." And I don't know if that's just because you're seeing a lot of the same through a lot. And by the time I got to Sony that night, I was just like, "Oh, I'm tired of watching these trailers, and this one's really slow."
Mm-hmm.
So,
But I mean, I think there were some companies that tried to mix up at least what they were showing. I think Assassin's Creed 3 did a really good job of that.
outside
Especially
of
when
the
they
boat
finally.
battles,
Well, I thought that would be awesome.
I just wasn't impressed by the boat battles.
I'm very curious to see how at least they're trying to make it work. Because it was funny because I think it was last episode, Corey's like, well, they better be responsive. I'm like, it's a boat in the late 18th century. How responsive do you think this thing's going to be?
Yeah, that's what what I was thinking too when I was watching it. I was thinking like, I hope people don't think that you can turn your boat on a dime.
Yeah, this isn't America's Cup 2012. This is, late 18th century technology.
It was the first Assassin's Creed game to make me interested in it. Last one I played was the first one, and I haven't been interested since.
Oh, yeah, you should. I never played the first one, but I love the second one and Brotherhood.
Everyone says I should play the second one, but even then it didn't really interest me as much. But this one, for some reason, really like had me intrigued, especially the Vito game where it had the first female assassin.
First female assassin. Liberation.
Yeah, which is really interesting. And like I was saying with the Vita needs games like that.
Yes, I would love to have a reason to turn on my Vita again.
Yeah, Gravity Rush.
I did turn it on to install Skype, and then I went, I'm never going to use this on this machine.
Yeah, you should check out Gravity Rush, at least the demo.
Okay, I'll do it. I would love a reason to turn the machine on, other than Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah,
I bought that. I bought that when it went on sale.
Yep, when it was on sale.
I downloaded the Gravity Rush on the Vita, the demo for it, and I was like, wow, this game looks really good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I haven't played it yet, but I'm interested in the whole maneuvering the Vita around to land on different platforms and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why. Well, you can do it like one of two ways. You can do like the analog stick, which is like really like not hard, but like difficult in some points. So it's much better to actually move your Vita for it. But yeah, I didn't really have any main issues with it. But yeah, I need to play through the demo and then need to finish some other games for the Vita as well. It's like all I do is play Luminous on it, and that's what it.
Yeah, but even then, after a while of playing Lumines, I was kind of like, meh. I will say I did get the Mutant Blob's Attack. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I need to
Oh,
play
really?
that. The
And
worst
it was
was
pretty cheap.
Little Deviants. I got the demo for
Oh, it
that.
was horrible.
That was, oh my god.
Yes.
That made me want to break my Vita.
Yes. I got that for review, and that was painful. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. So, Mike, I know this is something that you complained about in a long time ago back in the day, but Resident Evil 6 will now allow you to run and shoot.
Yeah, but the game.
Are you on board now?
No, because the game looked awful and that's just what they showed us. Like, I was like, this doesn't look like Resident Evil at all. Guys dodging,
So they finally
like,
put
cars.
in stuff, and now you don't want it?
Well, no, it's not that I don't want that. I just thought the game itself looked bad.
Oh.
Like, I just was like, it's Resident Evil again. I'll try it. I mean, it's not a game I'm going to run out and buy, though.
I'm all about the demo dropping next month for those of us who have copies of Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, nice.
It comes with a code. Yeah.
Bought that game?
No, I got it for review.
No.
Actually, not the world's worst game.
I've heard that. It just seems like a game that wouldn't sell a lot of copies.
No, I can't imagine. First of all, it was at a weird time. It dropped like a month or two ago, and it was just like there was no reason to get it right then. And
I feel like
I don't know.
a game like Lollipop Chainsaw dropped at the right time. I mean, this is right when kids are getting out of school.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Although it's not really a game for kids.
I should also say college kids too though, are getting.
I see.
I think it's the perfect time. It's the summer. The gamers probably not going to leave the house much.
No, probably not. Now, there is one game that's coming out this month that I have no interest in at all because it looks like crap, is Spec Ops: The Line.
I didn't really even look at that.
Did you end up going to see it at E3, Ben?
No, because I wasn't really interested in it as well. They did have like an area where people can play, and I was watching some of the people that was playing, and I was like, "There's a lot of sand."
Yeah. Well, to me, what kills me is I end up watching the commercial for it. Because I don't remember what I was watching, but for whatever reason, the commercial came on like every other commercial break, and I'm just like, this is not really putting your best foot forward because I really don't want to play. This looks ugly.
Yeah.
Because you know what we need? We need another first-person shooter with Browns and Browns.
Well, Medal of Honor.
Yeah. Oh God. Watching that trailer made me part of my soul died. I think because I was like, why did you make this game?
I just don't understand why they called it Warfighter. We already had Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
I completely like it. It was like almost like the stepchild little brother of Battlefield 3. I mean, it looks and feels just like Battlefield 3, and I'm like, okay, so why did you make this? I mean, I'd be interested if they took that engine and made like, I don't know, Allied Assault with it, and play Beachhead with that engine. That would be interesting. But to make another modern warfare game, I don't know about that.
Well, it's just there was nothing that they showed in the EA press conference that said you should buy this game. Now, if they came out and said we're selling you this game for $30, okay, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But why would I would never pay $60 for another game that looks like Battlefield and Call of Duty?
Would you pay $50 for a Call of Duty game on Vita?
No.
That's how much Activision's pricing it for.
Oh, hell no.
What?
I'm out.
Yep.
$50.
I saw it on Amazon the other day. I was like, are you out of your freaking mind? It was already bad enough when Uncharted did it. And that's why I never bought it.
I choked on buying Persona 4 Golden on Vita for $40.
It's supposed to look gorgeous, though.
Yeah, I can't stop myself. I have to buy it. I won't buy the arena game because that's just dumb. But
I pre-ordered it.
did you really?
Yeah. I'm interested.
I mean, what drew you into buying it? I'm very curious because
Japanese 2D fighters. I like the
okay.
2D fighters more than the 3D, so. Except for Skullgirls, that game is awful.
Yeah.
Well, I should say awful in difficulty level. Even on easy, that game is not easy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I personally have no interest in like fighters,
Yeah.
so I don't really have any desire to play it. But I'm very curious if they said there was going to be some kind of story elements, but I really don't know what they're going to have. I'm very curious to see how that goes out.
It's one of those games. I pre-ordered it, but I'll probably cancel the Amazon and get it at Best Buy, since I did that trade-in promotion they had.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
Best Buy is doing a trade-in promotion where you trade in your games. They tell you basically, oh, you traded in 27 games. Here's $115. This is going off my thing. They go, our current promotion is to double it. Here's $230.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's going on at least till next week. Some people are saying till the end of this month that they're doing the 100% on top of what you're already getting.
Wow.
Yeah, I know a friend of mine took in 116 games, got $900.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And you can use that for anything in Best Buy.
Yep, they give you a gift card.
So you could just get a TV.
Yep.
Wow. Damn.
Wow.
Or wait for Black Friday and just mop up.
Yeah, if they're still around by then.
Well, and the funny thing is like there is no Best Buy close to me. I would have to drive 20 plus minutes to get to a Best Buy.
Well, that sucks.
So I don't go to Best Buy anymore. There's just no reason to. So will you be getting Persona 4 Golden then, Mike?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to download or not. The one thing I've been trying to do with Vita is download.
Yeah.
The problem is they're not requiring third parties to do that 10% discount.
Really?
Yeah, it's only the Sony first parties that are always going to have the 10%. Like Gravity Rush was 36. Cool. I went and checked some other games like Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. $40. Mortal Kombat, $40.
Ouch.
I'm like, you're not even saving me $4 here.
Which is the part I don't totally understand. Like
I was like, you're cutting out the plastic.
Yeah.
Give me at least some money off. So,
especially when really 10%, you couldn't give up an extra almost $4.
Yeah. So the only game I own physically right now is Dynasty Warriors Next.
And how is that?
I haven't played it
Dynasty
yet.
Warriors?
I haven't played it yet because I've been playing Hot Shots Golf, which is fun.
Yeah.
And Blaze Blue, which I like. And that pinball game that I was talking about.
I was just laughing because it's like, the Dynasty Warriors game is just like a Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah, but that's like a game I'd like to have on the run or on the road.
Yeah, I totally understand because you would totally want to just sit there and be like, okay, I'm just gonna kill some guys and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
I just wish they released some Japanese game, like a Gundam game for me. I would be totally happy with that.
Yeah, they have one in Japan right now.
I know, but I don't want to spend like $70 for it.
Yeah.
Where's your dedication been?
It died a long time ago. I don't know.
Do what I've learned. With all my Japanese 360 games, I just look at eBay and then eventually they'll drop down to like $40-$50 each instead of 100. They're used, but they're in good condition usually because Japanese take really good care of their games.
But anything to lower the cost, I'll go for it.
In case you didn't know, Brian, I finally got a Japanese 360.
Did you?
Yeah.
Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, I went to Otakon last year, and I was like, you know what? It's only $300.
Oh my god.
So picked it up, and then I bought. And you can buy a American hard drive, one of the new slim hard drives, and it was in the Japanese 360. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
I actually ended up getting a new 360. I got the Star Wars one.
How is that?
The game or the system?
Just the system and all the noises and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That part's awesome. Even if I don't need to do it, I still push the button to get the.
I'd probably do the same.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's no reason for me to do this. I don't care. And you're like, all right, yay. But the game itself blows.
Yeah, I knew the game was gonna be awful.
Yeah, it was. I think I've actually come to the conclusion that there is no case of being able to have a pretend lightsaber that will ever be fun. Because I was there trying to, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take out the fact that I'm 34 years old and just have fun being a Jedi. I'm like, I'm just going to run with this. And even then I was like swinging my arm and I'm like, I look fucking stupid. And I am tired. I'm sitting down.
Yeah, I like the Kinect Sports, but I don't anything after that except for Child of Eden is fun, but
I keep meaning to try it, but
the first time I tried Child of Eden with the Kinect controls, I was like, screw this, I'm going to a controller. And then I went to Otakon later that year, and some guy was playing it and wasn't doing it right, and kept dying. And I was like, as soon as he got off, I went on to see if I could show him how it was done.
Yeah.
And I destroyed it. I was like, you know what? Maybe I just needed to play it a second time.
Nice. Yeah, Now, have either of you guys done the Kinect stuff with Mass Effect 3?
Yes.
I don't have a 360.
I don't know
still
who
don't.
you are anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
joking.
awesome.
Yeah, okay, Nintendo fanboy.
Oh, God. Hey, I finally turned my Wii on after 2 years.
After 2 years.
Dude, I still haven't. The last time I played my Wii was April of 2010.
Damn.
And I have games I need to play on it, like Xenoblade Chronicles and Last Story comes out soon.
Yes, it does. I actually have, strangely enough, I had the list up, 7/10, so next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what
that
happens.
Mass Effect Kinect is awesome. I was literally sitting here going, shotgun, pistol, it would just switch. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to pause the game to go into a radio menu.
Yes.
That's what I want out of the Kinect.
Although I will say I really enjoyed playing it on the PC.
I won't buy anything on Origin.
That's the downside, is having anything on Origin sort of makes you kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, when Origin came out, I think a part of me died. That I had to download it and play my EA games on there. Like,
though I was pretty happy because I had purchased Mass Effect 2 on Steam and I was able to use the same code and they let me download it in Origin.
Oh, yeah, nice. Same here.
So that was kind of cool.
I still need
to
do
the rest
that. Yeah, and I still need to do that for my Mass Effect 1. But the thing is, it won't let you. The funny thing is, it won't let you attach your Star Wars on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Republic?
Yeah.
I don't care. Terra's better.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was weird when I first tried to do it. It was like, oh, you need to do it on a separate client. I'm like, but this is an EA game.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's better. I don't have to go into Origin. I loved it. That was the whole reason when I found out that Star Wars wasn't going to require Origin. I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
And how did you like it then?
The game?
Yeah.
I loved it until I started playing Terra. And then I never want to play a WoW style game ever again. I just never want to touch that combat ever again. Terra's action combat has got me hooked. I mean, I'm playing with the 360 controller on my PC and loving it.
Yes. Love. Yes, I did that for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, RIP. And I loved that. The 360 controller on the computer is fantastic. What I loved about that game the most really was how fluid it knew, like it flipped between the 360 controller and the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, because for
It was
Terra, I still use the mouse for like selecting quests and doing all that because it's a lot quicker. But when
Yeah.
I'm actually in combat and running around, I'm always using the controller, and it's great.
And you don't have to do anything. It's fluid, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I was like, from now on, all PC games should do that.
Like,
They should have that fluid transition between the keyboard and mouse and the controller.
yeah, if I put the controller down, I can just use the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
And they're both working at the same time.
That was the one thing that killed me. I'm like, why is Mass Effect 3 not doing this?
Yeah.
I did not understand that.
My Mass Effect 3 didn't do a lot of things.
Yeah. I actually recommend to your listeners Terra is an awesome game. If anybody's looking for an MMO that's not like WoW style combat but want action, Terra is amazing.
Awesome.
I've never had so much fun to where I'm like, I'm an altaholic as it is, but with this game, it was like I wanted to go in not to make different characters and see their skills. I wanted to see how they played.
Interesting.
Because like the close combat is different, and not all the close combat is the same. Some have dodge moves, some have block moves. So it actually makes it really fun. And I gotta say, I love my ranged archer, but the warrior, so much fun to play.
And honestly, that's how MMOs should be.
Yeah.
You pick up a new character, and it should just be fun.
And the problem is though, Terra just doesn't have the subscribers. I think it's gonna go free to play by the end of the year, which means I'll probably stop playing because I think when things go free to play and you have all the people who've been paying forever, it just gets worse. You start getting the trolls into the community because they're not paying for it, so what do they care?
Right. That is true.
Which really sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem is it's too difficult not to be a free to play model now.
Yeah.
The space until the space evolves.
Yeah.
Everything's
Then
gonna be
again,
free to
those
play.
trolls have to watch out because PvP in that game
Yeah.
is all the time.
Oh wow.
If I decide to go PvP and kill you while you run around, I'm on a PvE server, but the PvP servers, if I kill you, it puts a bounty over my head, and other people can come after me if they want.
Nice.
Without fear of retribution for themselves. They also have guild versus guild. So a guild
so it
can
reminds me
declare
of,
war.
I like it.
Yeah.
That sounds actually pretty awesome.
It is. They've actually had a guild versus guild on the PvE servers now, since it's all optional. Like, if a guild declares war on me, I don't have to be like, yeah, sure, I can just be like, no.
Oh, okay.
In the PvP servers, it was automatic. They've changed that
Oh.
now because people were complaining that people were just doing the guild and then they couldn't focus on what they needed to get done.
Jeez.
Well, you know what though? I mean, I've played on where you have PvP action, and when you decide to leave, like to go out and venture out, I mean, you're basically agreeing to be when you're in a guild and you're at war.
Yeah.
When you leave to go out and adventure, you're at war. I mean, like that's.
I think it was just the problem that as soon as the war's over, another guild could do it, and it's just automatic. You never it was just becoming too much of a burden on some people.
Oh, I see.
Some
So
guilds
like
were
it wasn't
using-
like one of those things where
Yeah.
both sides had to agree there's a war.
Yeah, that's what it is now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. Yeah.
Which is what it should be. You still have player versus player. Anybody can come kill you,
Yeah.
but you have to actually accept guild versus guild.
I see. Well, and that's how it worked in Puzzle Pirates when we played it. Both sides had to say yes, we're at
No,
war.
see, it was automatic at first, and people
And
were
then
losing
it
their
was-
mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a little.
Because higher up groups were just trolling other groups.
Oh, see, that's not. See, that's when it stops being fun.
Yeah.
That's. So, couple of things. What do you guys remember? Like some of your favorite stuff about being on the AggroCast or being together. For AggroGamer. We talked about the first time we all went to E3.
That was great.
Yeah.
And
Ryan
just
and
how
I were
much
at the
fun we
gamer
had.
girl party.
Oh God, that was hilarious. And then Mike walking down the street drunk.
Oh
Me?
god, yes,
Me?
you.
I don't know.
Dude, you were
Oh,
high fiving people that were the bikers that was on the road, and you were like walked out there and you were giving them high fives.
It was awesome.
I don't remember this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
It was pretty epic.
I remember when Ben and I went up to PAX East together. 6-hour drive up and back.
Oh god, that was that was quite an interesting trip because I flew out to Vegas,
And
and
your ass still hurts
Yeah.
after that.
I felt like that's when it was actually that PAX East when I actually got burned out though.
yeah, it was because I was like,
I was just like, you
walking
couldn't,
around.
and the worst part is, I think it was because you couldn't really see anything because the lines were so long. I just like, you know what, screw this, I'm done. trying to get major companies was just too much of a pain in the butt.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I have no desire to go to a PAX thing. I just don't want to deal with
If you
all
go
those
to PAX, don't go as covering the event.
Yeah, just go as a regular. My advice is don't go as media. Just go as just a regular Joe on the street, buying your tickets and just enjoying yourself. Because when I went to PAX Prime and to PAX East, it was like I couldn't really enjoy myself. Like even though like we had friends that was there, I couldn't really hang out and enjoy myself. I had to go to this appointment, that appointment, write up on this, write up on that. It was, I don't know. It got to a point I'm like I was getting a little burnt out as well. I was like, yeah, no.
I do miss
Yeah.
doing the intros with you guys and me trying not to laugh as I was trying to do them.
Yeah, that's always great.
There's some I just made the intro or at the end as bloopers because it was just so funny. Because I'd start laughing and you guys would be like, "Oh God, what are you saying this time?"
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
those are
still
so
don't
good.
miss that at all. No. No.
Another favorite moment of mine was when we had Miragel from Pwn on, and she
Yes.
took over the podcast. She started asking me the questions. I'm like, no, this is how it works.
Like, I don't know what I did, but I lost control.
I think it was just you and I, Brian, wasn't it?
No, I wasn't on yet.
Oh, you weren't?
Nope.
No, neither of us were on yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just you two.
Oh, maybe it was. That's right.
I think
Yeah.
it was the week after. It was the week after this. That's when we joined you.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago. That was a great one. But when we did when we actually moved over to AggroGamer, I always liked when I was missing a podcast because I could go and listen to you guys, and you guys would bring in like Shannon and stuff like that, and those were fun to listen to.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd definitely like to have Shannon on again if she ever wants to.
She doesn't game much as she used to, so she's always worried she doesn't have much to talk about. Like she was on with Ben on the Geek Effect this past week with the E3, and she didn't talk much at all once we got to E3 because she really just didn't follow as much.
Except for Splinter Cell.
Everything else. Yeah, except for Splinter Cell.
Which I thought looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it, but I liked, being able to yell out at people, like yell out at bad guys.
It looked like Splinter Cell with Uncharted. Everybody's trying to copy Uncharted.
Yeah.
I do get tired of people saying Tomb Raider looks like Uncharted. I'm like, well, Uncharted looked like Tomb Raider, so kiss my butt. When did Uncharted become the premiere of that genre?
I think that happened a few years ago.
I know, but it's just like people are so quick to forget.
Oh yeah. Well,
People,
gosh, I mean, how many other things? I mean, like, think about one of the things that we've been talking about a lot in the last few episodes have been like survival horror. Who's carrying the torch now? Is it Last of Us is now carrying the survival horror?
But is it truly survival horror nowadays? Because
Amnesia's
Dead Space is supposed to be survival horror, but it's more like Lost Planet.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
that part they showed in Dead Space with the monster looked like the Reaper fight in Mass Effect 2 or 3. When it kept getting closer to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, it looks like the Mass Effect 3 Reaper fight.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm trying not to make this spoilery, but to me that fight was retarded.
Yeah.
What's there's a spoiler about it? The game's been out for what? A few months now?
People still get upset.
People are upset because of the way that it ended.
Are we talking about Mass Effect 2 or 3 here?
3.
2, 3. Right? Was it 3?
No, 2 was the one where you fought the Terminator.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking of 3 when you're like basically you just I ran
keep
one
dodging.
side, and then I ran to the other side.
Yeah, that was kind of.
And I ran to the one side, and it was just like, I'm like, this is not a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was silly. And I mean, did you guys really have that big of a deal? Like, was it that big of a deal for the ending?
No.
I got to the ending, saw it, and went.
I thought the ending was
really
fine.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really.
But I also
understand
didn't go right back to try to see all the different endings, like some crazy people. I took it as this is my Shepherd's ending. I got the best ending, so. Oh no, I didn't get the best ending. I did go back because I had my war assets up, but then found out you had to have them up before the Cerberus mission. I was like, well, that's BS. So I went through and just played it again because I had gotten it up right after the Cerberus mission. I was like, this is such BS. So.
Well, apparently I didn't get it because I didn't understand. I don't entirely understand how the readiness thing works because mine was always at 50% until the end when I played a couple of missions of multiplayer.
Yeah, the only problem I have with Mass Effect 3 was that they said you can get the best ending without playing multiplayer. Yeah, if you play through it twice.
If you play through it a second time?
Yeah, which I was like, that's BS. I should be able to play through my first time with both my save games prior and get the best ending. I thought that was kind of BS. So I ended up playing some multiplayer and doing the iPad app. It was just kind of annoying, though. I was like, that should not happen. You should not require me to play your multiplayer. It was fun, but don't require me to do it.
Really? I thought it was okay. The problem is I kept getting kicked out of games. They were like, oh, you've never played before, so you're out. I'm like, well, how do I play a game if no one ever plays with me?
Yeah, see, I always played with friends, so it was always a lot of fun.
I only have 4 Origin friends, like 4 friends on Origin anyway.
I'm on there, but I don't log in and I don't play games on it. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, Mike. I think you are one of my 4 friends on Origin.
I don't think I have either one of you on my Origin friends list.
Don't even bother.
Well, since I'm in it all the time. No, wait, nope, that's not right.
I'm always on Steam.
I'm always on Steam.
Same here.
And
Steam
it's funny,
better.
I've become more of a PC gamer lately. The only thing I've been playing now on my 360 is Lollipop Chainsaw when I got it in. Nice. I was like, hey, I got a reason to turn it on.
Well, that's sweet. So what have you been playing on the PC then?
Terra was one of them.
Well, yeah.
Which I put in like 100 hours. I tried to start Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I got up to like level 5 or 6. Yep. And then I was off one day and I was like, I'm going to play Diablo 3. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's down for server maintenance for 8 hours. I'm like, I'm playing this single player, you a-hole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I was done.
Yeah. I mean, now, you were about 90 minutes in?
Probably, yeah, about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's what I was. And then I just stopped playing one day and I was like, I just kind of don't care anymore.
Like, I'd love to play, but I don't like being told that I can't play a game if their servers are down for maintenance. Like
a single player game at that.
Exactly. I have no desire for co-op. If some friends invited me, I probably would, but it's not something I'm actively looking for.
Right. Ben, are you playing Diablo 3?
I have the Starters Edition. So I played up to my level 15 on my Barbarian, and I peaced out. No, because I think I wrote about it on my Twitter. Like, it just didn't feel like Diablo to me, like at all. Like when I was playing the beta, and even like going through like the first 15 levels or the first chapter, to me it didn't feel Diablo at all. So, I mean, it just
that's why I liked it. I didn't like Diablo 1 and 2.
Oh, I love Diablo 1 and 2, but for some reason it didn't capture me like the first 2 did.
So what about Torchlight 2? Are you going to be on that then?
Oh heck yeah! You kidding me? I was playing that with Wonder at E3.
Oh man, That was one thing that killed me. I played it last E3. I loved it.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it too. And
I tried to play the beta that I got into.
Yeah.
And whatever I downloaded wouldn't install correctly, so I had to delete it. And I just said screw it. I went back to Terra. The only other thing I've been playing is surprising to most people is Skyrim.
Wait. What?
Wait. Okay. Well, hold on, Ben. Let me just check. Yep. No, it still says Mike. It still says Michael Camacho under his under his little.
As I
ponies.
call it, Pony Rim. I have modded the hell out of that game. I have modded the hell out of the game to make it fun.
You have Fluttershy, right?
Yeah, I fight big Fluttershy dragons. And my character looks like the Japanese Vocaloid singer Hatsune Miku. But if I didn't have these mods, I would hate this game.
Really? I mean, like, in all reality, what is it that you're hating about it? Is it just like the combat? Because I'll admit the combat is pretty terrible.
I just think the game as a whole, just the constant walking around. I finally said screw it and just used the cheat to unlock all the areas on the map just to move. Because I was like, I'm tired of walking. No wonder why people put 300 hours in it, because you're constantly walking everywhere. It's like an MMO. It's how they keep people playing for so long, because you have to constantly travel.
Right. No, I can understand that. I really liked at least how the story was given to you. Like how it was delivered.
See, I don't even like that. I think it's the reason why I preferred, and I know some people are going to think I'm crazy, I prefer Dragon Age 2 over Dragon Age 1. I just like a protagonist that talks. Like, I loved Dragon Age 1, and or Dragon Age Origins, and I thought it was great. But I still, just playing those BioWare games where Shepard talks, especially in like Mass Effect, I was like, that's what I want. I want my person to talk. Like, I like that.
So you have that personal connection with them. I see. Okay. All right. I can deal. I can go with that. What other moments with AggroGamer I was thinking of is Ben eating waffles at the Best Western.
Oh heck yeah! You kidding me? Yeah, best breakfast ever.
Sometimes that was like the only time we ate.
Yeah.
Like, that was like lesson learned from first E3. Don't forget to eat.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a great one.
Don't piss off Dan Shu.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, that was a time. Oh man, he was not happy with us at all. No, it was that first night before E3 really started. We all went out to sushi, and Brian put on a hoodie that was too small for him.
Oh God.
Oh, I still have that picture. Oh,
so great.
Oh, that was so bad. Why did I do that?
It was so
because
funny.
It was epic, dude. It was epic. You know what? I should take that picture and just post it on your wall on Facebook.
Thanks. That would be awesome.
What about Andy playing the Tony Hawk demo?
Oh God, I still have those pictures somewhere too. Yeah, we're like, you should totally do it. Why me?
Because you're scared.
Because you're closest. He's like, okay, and then we all just stood back and laughed. Oh God, that was funny.
Yeah, that first E3 was really fun.
Sitting around Andy's table doing a podcast with one microphone.
Yeah, poor Jamie. All these people just laying around the house.
That was so great.
Ben snores like a motherfucker. Just say it, Ben.
Hey, you know.
I was like,
I don't deny that.
I had my headphones on in the middle of the night, so I was like, I need music. I can't sleep.
Yes, thankfully I don't snore anymore now.
The other one who snored louder than Ben was Ben.
And
I wanted to kick him.
I still think he wanted to make out with me, and I'm like, dude, I'm not that way. That's not gonna happen.
Oh,
I don't know.
Boy.
It was such great times, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure we'll have you guys back on for more great times here on the AggroCast.
Anytime you want to invite me on, I'm usually free. Tuesdays is when I record Geek Effect, and Thursdays I do a taco and review, but that's earlier. That's why I was saying later in the night is best.
Most of the time, I'm like, especially if we have like, Ben's more accommodating. So it's
Yeah.
usually I have to have like the podcast super late at night if I want to have David on because it's hard to get the whole West Coast East Coast thing to work out. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you guys, Mike, talk about your website and how people can get in contact with you.
My website is theotakugamer.com. It's what I launched after I left AggroGamer, mostly because it was something I knew I didn't have to constantly update.
Right.
Which I tried in the beginning. I tried to do a week, or not just a weekly, but cover all the brand new anime shows as each episode aired. That's not fun.
I think you were getting a little burnt out by that too.
Oh, it was driving me crazy. I was like, oh crap, I gotta get these up this week. And I was like, what am I doing? It's a personal blog. Like, no money invested in this. I was just like, so I've chilled back. It's mostly become a place to post up the latest podcasts I'm doing. People can check those out. I've recently started earlier this year, The Geek Effect with a friend, Eric Martinez. Ben was originally on there. Then work said no. And we kind of scaled it back to a 2-person because it's easier to get guests on.
Yeah.
And it works really well that way. And I do a taco and review, which is all anime podcast. So I do two podcasts a week, but it's really fun. One I edit, the other one I don't have to worry about. So I don't mind doing the 2 podcasts at once.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Yes, you always did love editing.
Yeah, I do more than I did before. I at least delete the silences. And put music in between sections.
Yeah.
But yeah, now my site, you can go there for anime stuff. I'm now doing a weekly K-pop top 10. I'll be moving songs around on a weekly basis.
So are these is this just your top 10?
Yes, it's personal.
Oh, okay.
I include music videos and the artist name and song title. Usually we'll have a link to where you can get them on iTunes. So.
Oh, nice.
I try to give people a way to sample the song and then buy it if they want it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So other than that, people can find me on Twitter. I'm on there a lot unless I'm at work. You can just find me at GNitro, GNITRO. I'm pretty much GNitro everywhere. Either all
right.
one word or G-Nitro. So, and look for me on Terra, Celestial Hills server. My character is Sati, S-A-T-I. I run the Girls Dead Monster Guild. Female only characters.
All dudes playing it, but female.
No, we
characters.
have a female.
Oh, good. Well, 1 out of 70 ain't bad.
Out of 5.
Ben, talk about where can people find what you're writing and where can they contact you?
You can find me at icontact.com. My avatar on there is Rarity with the glasses on. And we talk about technology, video games, anything geek related, we talk about it on there. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, wherever at Church4252. Most likely it'll probably be those 2 numbers. And that's about it. I'm just stressing about hopefully getting an interview with this with a gaming company. Don't want to talk too much about it, but
yeah, don't jinx it.
Oh yeah.
Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you. So definitely, like staring at my phone like a griffin. But
right.
yeah, definitely, yeah. You can find me on there. So.
All right. So get in touch with these guys. You want to see or hear more from them, and I'm sure we'll have you guys back on the show soon enough.
Yeah, Brian, I'll definitely have you on my show at some point.
Sweet. I'll be ready. I've actually been I've kept up with some anime stuff. Just on the side. not a lot, but some.
Stuff on Netflix.
Well, yes and no. But thank you both of you for coming on because, like I said, I wanted to make this like the best episode 100 that I could. and I knew I just had to get the band back together for even if it was just for an hour or so.
Yeah. Well, you knew I was going to come on for 100.
Absolutely, I couldn't do it without either of you. So I appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right. So that's it for episode 100. Catch us next time when I, figure out when I'll actually get people to talk again. So, because I do this so regularly. Sadness. All right. But I guess that's it for us, and we are out. Peace.
Mike plays with dolls.
Ha ha!